I just reached a very significant milestone. After losing 50 pounds, I have stayed at or below my goal weight for just over a year. I can't believe it. And today I wanted to look back and reflect on what made this time different from the other times that I had successfully lost weight but not been able to keep it off. I mean, I had lost weight and all the pounds came back and brought more with them, if you know what I mean. And that was so hard for me because I was doing everything I knew to do. I was exercising regularly. I was trying to eat right. I had a good mindset, but I just could not crack the code. But today I'm going to share with you what I'm calling the 7 highly effective habits that help me lose 50 pounds and keep it. These aren't going to be just the same old things you hear on every weight loss channel, like get good sleep and drink lots of water. Like, tell me something I don't know. And that's what I'm hoping I can do for you today so that you can start on a successful weight loss journey or maintain a weight loss if you've achieved one and you're wondering, how am I gonna do this over the long term? And stick around until the end because I'm going to share with you what I'm calling my purple pants moment. This is a very significant, very emotional moment that let me know that this time things had changed for good. I am finally free from the food noise, the chatter in my head about my body that even though I was doing everything I knew to do, everything I thought was right, I just wasn't able to lose the weight that I wanted to and keep it off. So if that's you, stick around and I'm going to give you an overview of these habits and then I'm going to create separate videos for you that you'll see in the coming weeks where I'll give more explanation. So number 1 habit that I do is I start my day with intention, or you could say I start the day happy. That means I wake up and regardless of how much sleep I did or didn't get, how well I slept or anything else going on, I set the intention to have energy, be in a good mood, and accomplish the things that I want to accomplish that day. I'll kind of look through my day mentally and see if I see any sticking points, anything I'm dreading, anything I'm not sure I can accomplish, anything I'm worried about. And I will shift my mindset around those things so that I can actually see myself doing them. I'll also do a little visualization of visualizing myself on the scale or visualizing myself having a great workout. It could be a work thing, but I just kind of visualize those things that I want to happen in my day. Does that mean they all happen? No, but it really helps. Back when I was a young mom, I would wake up after I'd been nursing and up with my babies. I have 6 kids. And I would be like, well, I got 3 hours of sleep between 9 and midnight. And then I was up for an hour or two, then back to sleep for an hour or two. I'd be like, oh, that's like 5 hours. And at some point I was like, this does not do me any favors to count the hours of sleep that I did or didn't get. So I just stopped doing that. And I do the same thing to this day. I just like, whatever, it's done. I've got to move on with my day. So I start the day with good intention and just try to clear my mind and focus on what I do want to do that day and what I can do in spite of any difficult circumstances that I have to deal with. Habit number 2 is I weigh myself every single day. This habit seems to be controversial, but for me, it's absolutely been the key to dealing with any issues as they come up day to day. And also, I don't like to go a week and then find out that, oh, I'm up a couple pounds and have to try and backtrack and see, what was I eating? What was different? Instead, I can see on a day-to-day basis, oh, every time I eat ice cream at night, I'm up a couple pounds the next day, or movie theater popcorn, or even regular popcorn. And I also see the things that really help, like eating salad or seafood. And now I have years worth of data to show me what works and where the problem areas are, just from weighing and logging every single day. One tip I'll give you that I try to remember to do each day before I weigh is I visualize my goal weight before I get on the scale. Do I always see my goal weight? No, I don't. But I put that in my mind instead of like, oh no, this is not going to be good, and setting myself up for seeing a higher weight. I set myself up for what I want to see. And when you can practice those kind of visualization habits, those mindset habits, your life will literally start to rearrange to get you the result that you want. I know it's hard to believe, and if you're just way, way over where you want to be, I recommend just going for a weekly goal. You know, if you want to be down a pound or 2 pounds on the week, which is very reasonable, then visualize that. Let your mind go as far as it can go without just telling yourself something that you're not going to believe. Weighing every day is an amazing habit just to give you data. Doesn't need to be dramatic. And I use the Lose It app to record my weight each day. I've logged my weight for something like 900 days. Habit number 3 is I get ready for my day and then I go out and walk for an hour. This is, for me, a non-negotiable. Now, right off the bat, you might be saying an hour sounds like a long time. With the Body Slims program that I did to lose the majority of my weight, that's the program, but I always tell people do not get too hung up on that number. Like, if you can't do an hour, do whatever you can do. Start out making it a placeholder. If you can only get your shoes on and even think about going for a walk, do that. But truly, the habit that got me to my goal weight and has helped me maintain it is an hour of daily walking. So it's something to, reach for if you can't do it now, and then something that you're going to plan to maintain. This isn't just until I lose the weight, but this is a lifelong habit that will do you a world of good. Now, this is no stroll. This is a brisk walk. And at times I add in jogging, but I really didn't do that until I got to my goal weight. So you can add intensity by going up hills and going a little faster in certain places. But if you're just getting in the habit of exercising, plain old walking on flat ground is good enough. I just get up and I go. And I come home, and that's when I do habit number 4, which is I eat a good breakfast. Pretty much the same one every day. I have a great recipe for a protein smoothie that has plant-based protein powder, oatmeal, bananas, spinach, a few other things. I eat that to fuel me for my day. And the important thing about this habit of eating a good breakfast is that it sets you up for success the rest of the day. For me, if I've eaten and I'm satisfied, it really helps me stay on track the rest of the day. If you knock out breakfast and you're still on track, that is a good setup for success the rest of the day. Now, once you've gotten through those 4 habits, the waking up with intention, the weighing and logging your weight each day, going for a 60-minute walk, having a good balanced breakfast, you're already at habit 4. And it's only breakfast time. So here's what I do the rest of the day to stay on track so that I'm not constantly on the diet roller coaster, yo-yoing all over the place. Habit number 5 is weighing and logging all my food. This is the most empowering habit you can do. I would say this is habit number 1 that makes the biggest difference. People want to start to think like, oh, I know how much I'm eating and I don't need to do that. And I know I did that for years. That was the one thing I just didn't want to do, was like actually log my food. But as soon as you start doing it, you start to see where all the problems lie. It becomes very obvious. And then you can actually deal with it when you're being honest with yourself. It's really tempting once you've lost weight to start to think, oh, I know what I eat. I know how much I eat. I'm good now. And I don't know about you, but for me, when I log, I lose. When I stop logging, I start gaining. So I have just committed that this will be a habit for the rest of my life, just like I try to write in my journal each night. I weigh and log my food and I stay in a calorie allowance. Habit number 6 is positive self-talk. This habit cannot be overstated. Too many people hate themselves, hate their bodies, are self-critical, and no matter how much love you get from anyone else in your life, if you don't love yourself and treat yourself well, it will be very hard to lose weight or even move forward in any area of your life. If you think about it, you talk to yourself all day long. You are in this constant feedback loop between brain and body. Most of our thoughts are repetitive. We have like 60,000 thoughts a day, and something like 90% of them are repetitive. If they're not good, it is going to be extremely hard to overcome that and support yourself in losing weight. People talk about getting an accountability partner, and that's nice for a time, but you're going to live with yourself for like 80, 90 years. And so the most important accountability is accountability to yourself. The number one thing I would say is to encourage and love yourself. Like, when you think your efforts aren't working, ask yourself, where would I be without my efforts? Like, I would probably be 50 more pounds overweight if I wasn't even trying. I mean, I might not be doing the best that I could do, but I am trying. And tell yourself things like that. Tell yourself what you would tell your child or your best friend when they're like, oh, I'm not gonna make it, I'm failing, I'm a terrible person. Talk to yourself like your own best friend, and you will be able to overcome one of the biggest barriers that people have to weight loss. You cannot hate yourself thin. I'll go into that more in another video, but just keep that in mind for now and start to reflect on how you're talking to yourself as the day goes on. And think about the story that you're telling yourself about your weight loss efforts now and in the past, and what the future is going to look like. Are you telling yourself, if I lose weight, I'll just gain it back? Or are you telling yourself, no, this time I'm taking a different approach? That kind of self-talk will make all the difference. Habit number 7 is an evening routine that sets me up for success the next day. Well, I'm not perfect, but I have certain things that I do every night that help me prepare for the next day. Of course, I wash my face and brush my teeth, and I try to remember to set out my exercise clothes and plan for the next day. And I don't go to bed super early, but I do get to bed at a consistent bedtime. What I don't do at night is drink alcohol. I never have, and this is not a lecture on drinking alcohol, but it is very contrary to losing weight. It's very hard to lose weight when you're drinking much alcohol, if any at all. And the other thing with it is a lot of people drink it at night, and anything you eat or drink at night just adds calories when you don't have time left in the day to burn those off. So I have a general rule to stop eating at 7. And yeah, there are times that I go out to a movie and I enjoy movie theater popcorn or something like that, but that is the exception. And pretty much anything we eat after 7 p.m. is going to be desserts, drinks, things like that, that just add calories and give us no benefit. Now, no one is perfect, certainly not me. I just passed my birthday and the holidays and all those things, and I had ice cream and, all kinds of things. But I keep a general rule of stopping eating at 7. And then I get ready for bed by washing my face. I do my New York Times crossword puzzle. I journal on my phone. I know everyone says you shouldn't be on screens at night, but I honestly am. But I am careful what I watch. I don't watch anything scary. I don't watch the news. I just kind of do my New York Times crossword puzzle and maybe watch a game with my husband, something like that. And my husband and I have a rule: no sad stuff after 7, so we don't start talking about problems with life, with the kids, with whatever. And I just go to bed and I say to myself, I am going to sleep well and wake up energized in the morning. And so I'm already thinking forward to success the next day. And again, I could visualize my weight the next day. I could visualize success in what I'm doing in my work in real estate or on YouTube or whatever. I could visualize things going well with whatever plans I have for the coming day. And then I just set the intention to sleep well, and most of the time it works. But, life is unpredictable and sleep is not something we can always control. So those are my 7 habits, and I promised to share with you at the end my purple pants moment. And this is going to need a little backstory. So I got in great shape in my 40s by working with a trainer and doing her program. And her program was awesome, but it just wasn't sustainable for me. And so eventually the pounds came back on. But in the height of being in great shape, I had this picture where I'm wearing these purple pants. These used to be sold for a workout called Turbo Jam that Chalene Johnson used to do, and she'd wear these in her videos, and I loved them. And my friend and I were both wearing the purple pants at the gym. We took this picture. And this picture was the one that I kept in my mind throughout my weight loss journey. The picture of me at that weight in those purple pants, being fit and healthy and vibrant. And in Body Slims, they had a meditation that I can't even think what it was called right now, but Jer, the creator of Body Slims, would say something about the you were always meant to be. And that phrase just resonated with me, and I just kept picturing that picture. Well, a month or two ago, I was back at that weight, and I was like, I'm going to try to find those pants on eBay. And so I searched, and there they were in my size. It was definitely meant to be. So I got the pants, and I recreated the picture, and here it is. And just for fun, I had to take a few more Turbo Jam inspired pictures while I was wearing the pants. And when I put those pants on and just like saw myself in the mirror and realized what I had accomplished and just had the assurance that this time it's going to last, it was a moment like no other. And I really did feel like the me I was always meant to be, just like Jer would say. Like, I never anticipated how it would feel to get back to basically my pre-baby body. Now, all my babies are long since grown. My youngest of 6 is 21. And so, you know, in all these years, I did not even know it was possible. And now I'm finally there. So this is just giving you a quick overview of what my days look like living in maintenance. And I feel like these are all things that anyone can do with practice. And some habits might be harder than others. For a lot of people, self-talk would be the hardest habit. And whatever it is for you, I just encourage you to start where you're at, support yourself with that positive self-talk, and just start to improve bit by bit. Please, in the comments, ask me any questions that would help fill in the gaps when I make my future videos. If you like this content, please remember to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.